Hey, look, my phone's recording a thing.
Oh my goodness.
What's that sound?
It's an air conditioner of a car.
Why is there a car air conditioner in the sound of our podcast?
Because, you know, kids. And we don't want to deal with that.
Sarah's niece and nephew are currently in her place of residence, and we couldn't film at my place, so we're in my car.
Yeah.
So instead, we watched the movie at Sarah's, and we're filming a podcast in my car.
As one does.
You know, as one does.
Welcome to the MCU review.
Where we record a podcast about a movie from the MCU, watching them in order, blah, blah, blah. You should know this by now.
I mean, if you don't, check out the other videos.
Sarah, this is a podcast. This is a... You can't... It's not
sorry.
a video.
It's hard to think that this isn't a video. It doesn't register in my brain very well.
It's fine.
I mean, it's like, hey, we just watched a movie. Hey, we're talking. Is this video? It's like, no, this is not video. Like, as soon as I say it, it goes, oh no, it's actually a podcast.
Yep. Anywho, we just watched a movie. It was called Thor. You might have heard of it. It's a little popular.
It's a little popular, you know, because all of Thor and Loki's business.
Thor and Loki's business? You mean the fact that everyone finds them smoking hot?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, so
by the way, I'm Sarah.
I'm Liz. We have YouTube channels.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Again, check out the other videos for further and
Podcasts, Sarah.
You know what? Check out YouTube videos of us. No touchy.
Okay, so we have popcorn bowls because we wanted popcorn. And they slid close together and started making a noise, and Sarah just said, no touchy, to the popcorn bowl.
Yeah.
Okay. So I feel like every podcast we start off with a recap, and I believe it's your week to do the recap.
My turn. Oh my goodness. Okay, so
I'll help.
How did we start this movie?
I would like to point out that we have it set up so the next movie, which I've been hyping about for like...
Woo! Yeah,
it's my turn. I really like Captain America.
It was completely unplanned.
It was unplanned, or was it?
Or was it?
I don't know. Sarah, can you tell that I like Captain America?
She's wearing a Captain America shirt. She
Yep.
loves it.
Steve is just a sweet little baby angel who needs a hug. He needs like 10 hugs, and he can have all of my hugs. Except for one, because I'm saving it for Bucky. Bucky also needs a hug. Poor baby angel.
I don't remember how we started.
It starts off...
We're with Thor.
Yeah, no, it starts off, and it's Jane, Darcy, and Selvig in the desert.
Oh, yes, they're in the desert. They're like talking about like scientific things. They're like, it should be happening now, and nothing happened. And it's like, I swear, I didn't call you out for nothing.
Plane ride. He had to get on a plane.
Yeah.
And Darcy's just like, can I turn on the radio?
And she's like, no, don't touch it. And she's like, okay, do this.
Or baby angel.
And then like these lights start to happen, but they're pretty intense. And he's like, you called me out for just aurora lights. Like, subtle, not this. And she's like, Darcy's like, I'm not dying for 6 college credits. And we'll get on later more about that. And then they go towards it. And she's like, I don't know why I'm doing this.
I'm not dying for 6 college credits.
Yeah, and down comes Thor.
Hits him with a car.
Yeah, gets hit by a car. And then they're like, I don't CPR if you need it.
Yeah. Darcy's just like, does he need CPR? I totally know CPR.
And then they end up actually tasing him.
Darcy tases him.
Yeah.
I remember specifically what Darcy does because Darcy is an amazing character. Sarah is staring intently at her finger.
I got like this weird color mark.
It might be from the popcorn.
not coming. Anyway, after that, they, like, take him to the hospital.
No, after that,
The
we get
hammer
to see
comes
we
down.
get to see what happens before
Okay.
that with Thor.
Yeah, Thor, then we go back to Asgard, and... Okay, rude. And so...
It's Marvel. We need Dr. Pepper, Sarah. So many times has Dr. Pepper been seen in these movies. I just thought, you know... Beverage break!
Okay, and so, like, we see that Thor's not the Thor we love. He's a little bit of a meanie face.
I like that there's no explanation for that. We just take a sip of beverage and then yell beverage break.
Well, that isn't in any of our videos, is it?
It is.
Okay. Check out our YouTube if you're wondering what beverage break comes from.
It was in one of your videos, and we were just chilling, and then we had Sonic drinks because Sarah loves Sonic.
We're not that far from a Sonic right now. Anyway, that's how I navigate my life, is where is the closest Sonic?
Yep.
And how can I get from where I need to go from that Sonic?
Yep. Whenever we're driving and, like, not even a town we're from, just we're somewhere.
And, anyway, we see that he's a bit of a meanie face.
Thor?
Yeah. And then, he's like...
The Frost Giants freaking try and steal this thing
Yeah.
that once belonged to them. It's called the casket.
Yeah, they're going through this, like, ceremonies that he's, like, gonna be crowned.
King, probably.
I think it's, like, what we would consider crown prince, so that when, like, he dies.
No, I think it was to be crowned king because he was like as king of Asgard, and Odin's like, "You're not king yet." That's my Odin voice. Did you like that?
Yeah. But, like, I think it's, like, he was crown prince, and then when Odin dies, he's automatically king. That's
Okay.
kind of what crown prince is. Sort of. They have to go through the coronation.
Whatever.
It's-
Royalty
Blah,
stuff.
blah, blah, royalty
Who
stuff that I
cares?
could school you on, but we're not going to.
I mean, the royal wedding wasn't that long ago.
I mean, I know a lot of royalty stuff because I was obsessed with it when I was little. The same way I know a lot of Greek stuff. I wanted to be a princess, if you didn't know.
I just wanted to be British. I can do a British accent.
I wanted to be a princess, so I know a ton of stuff on being princess.
I wanted to be British, so I learned how to do a British accent and had a tea party as a birthday party. And I learned how to do a British accent, and I just for months trained myself to stick out my pinky when I drank something.
I was into the princess thing, but I, like, grew out of it. Like, I still know that stuff, but, like, you'll never see me be like, this is what a princess does. Even though I wear dresses and high heels.
Yeah, dresses. We like dresses. I'm wearing a skirt.
I'm not wearing a dress right now. It's a romper.
Oh, you're wearing a romper.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Anyway,
I thought you were wearing a dress the whole time.
yeah, like, when I first got this romper, I thought it was a dress, but, like, I was trying it on, and I was like, this is not a dress. It looks cute, though.
It looks like one of your
It looks
dresses.
like a dress, and so that's why I still wear it. Except sometimes it's really hard to go to the bathroom. I don't like doing it in public. So, like, this is, like, my traveling outfit.
That's your travel romper.
Yeah, this is my travel romper. When I'm traveling, I usually put this on because it's really comfy, and we're usually not stopping often enough.
I feel like if you put, like, a white wig on your dad and, like, he grew out his beard, he could look like Odin.
Or an eye patch. He's Odin.
Next Halloween, that's what your dad's
Next Halloween, I have to be like, hey, Dad, guess what? You should be Odin. Get an eye patch. I don't know, a wig. You'd be great.
Grow out your beard a bit.
Be a casual Odin.
So on just like a flannel and
Yeah,
some
just
jeans.
like some flannel.
But he
jeans.
has like a metal eye patch.
Yeah, anyway, So we see the frost giants try and steal this thing.
It's called the casket.
The casket, and and then it goes back to Odin, who's like, "They're here, bam!" And like just in the middle of this ceremony, and everyone's like okay with it. They're not like, "Oh my God, he's gone insane." They're like, "Okay, yeah,
frost giant. He's magic, sure.
yeah," and then bam, and then they call it the Guardian. He steps out behind this wall, kind of does this weird magical effect and fades away. And this, like, Guardian comes up and just, like, obliterates them. And then steps back like nothing happened. And then you see Odin and Thor and Loki. Is Loki with them?
Yeah, Loki's with them.
Loki.
I would just like to clarify, the Guardian is like a giant, essentially what looks like a giant Iron Man. But, like, the face removes and, like, fire comes out of it.
And it's like this concentrated, huge laser beam of death.
Yes, it's science.
Science! I could probably Google it for you and tell you about it, but nah. I'm not into that right now.
She's already Googled some stuff today.
Yeah. And, so, like, you see them and they go like, "This is an act of war." Like, Thor's like, "This is an act of war." Loki's like, "Yeah!" And, like, Odin's
No,
like,
Loki's silent.
yeah, well, later he's like,
Yeah. When Odin's not there, he's like, "I agree with you 100%, bro."
And then, Odin's like, "I have raised murdered children.
You're not fit to be king.
And he's like, "No, don't do anything stupid." And he leaves.
And
That
then
was his worst mistake, leaving.
Thor goes, he flips a table.
He flips a table, his friends show up, and they don't even, like, care about the table flip or anything.
No, one of them gets food off the ground. But Loki,
It's another table. He picks up a plate of cheese.
But Loki's just whispering before they come, and he's like, "Dude, I agree with you 100%, bro. But, like, to do something like that, it would be an act of treason."
He's like, "But I'll be king one day. It's fine." That was Thor.
Then Thor goes. They attack the frost giants.
They attacked the frost giant.
We see the Rainbow Bridge. Heimdall's just like, "I'll let you through, because, you know, I want to know how they got here."
Yeah, and except they don't even think about questioning them. They're just like, "Why?" And then they're like, "Cause we can." And technically they tell them that there is a traitor amongst them.
Mm-hmm.
But
There's a traitor in the House of Odin.
yeah, and they're like, "And because we can."
You dared besmirch the name of my father. Your father is a murderer and a thief.
That's how that scene went. And then they start attacking right before that. They're I don't know his name.
Who?
The
Lefesky? You mean the frost giant?
yeah.
Lefesky. Something like that.
Lefair.
You said it to make it sound French.
Yeah. I don't know.
Lefesky. I can't say things, you know. I can't say Portuguese. What's the language they speak in Portugal? Portuguese? Portuguese.
Ah, dang it, now you go.
Did I say it correctly the
Yes,
first
the first time you said it perfect, and then you started messing it up. Yeah, no, I read subtitles. Like when they say something funny, I read subtitles so I remember it better. Mm-hmm. And in my mind, it's French. Apparently,
It's Lefesky or something like that. I'm
but
eating
it's
popcorn.
spelled
Excuse
like
me.
Lefair or whatever. Anyway, he's like, I give you a chance to leave before shenanigans goes down.
Then shenanigans go down.
And then shenanigans. Thor's like, no, and starts wreaking havoc.
Loki's just like, "Dude, no. We should leave."
Loki's idea was to get the hell out of Dodge.
We should probably leave Dodge, dudes.
And everyone's like, yeah. And Thor's like, no! And so one of their friends ends up getting stabbed. Almost everyone ends up getting killed. They finally get back home, and Odin is like, "You've disgraced the name of Odin!"
Father-son fight. Oop, family bickering.
Hammer gets taken away, and he's like, "Whoever shall be able to lift this hammer has the power of Thor," and then sends both of them away.
Mm-hmm.
And then it goes back to the present, which is
The hospital.
the hospital. And then it's like, what's his name? He calls himself Thor. And then they're like, what's wrong? It's like, we hit him with a car. And Darcy's like, we hit him with a car.
No, Darcy's like, she hit him with her car. And then Jane's like, well, you tased him. Yes, I did. Very proud of what she did.
And then Nurse is like, these people are insane. Everyone's insane. And then you go back to Thor, and Thor is like, how dare you restrain me? I am son of Odin. And he beats up a couple guys before they medicine him to sleep.
Trank him.
They tranquilize him. And then, what happened after that?
Oh, you forgot to mention the moment where, like, during the Frost Giant battle, Loki apparently turns blue.
Yeah, they grab
A Frost Giant?
a fresh. I think it was his father.
No, I think it was
king.
just a random Frost Giant.
Anyway, he's grabbed and his arm starts like turning blue, like all the way up,
And
then he freaks out and kills it.
One of the Warriors 3 that got grabbed and he got burned.
Yeah, and so they're like, don't get touched, and then Loki immediately gets touched and turns blue.
Touch.
And he's like, what's going on? What is this sorcery? Yeah.
Then there's a fight between Loki and Odin. And Loki's just like, what the heck, dude? I feel betrayed.
Why did you do this? And it's like, 'cause he's a meanie face. I gotta set him straight. He's gonna be king. Gotta make sure he doesn't mess everything up. And Loki's like, why can't I be king? And it's like, you're not worthy. And then, he's like, why am I not worthy? And he's like, because I'm not your son. And he's like, no, you are my son. You are my son. He's like,
No, because he's in the treasure room and he's holding the casket.
Yeah.
And then he's like, am I cursed? Because Odin comes down and he's just like, no. He's like, am I cursed? And he turns around and he's like, blue. Babadee babadoo.
And then he like has,
And then they fight and then Odin falls asleep.
he has basically the thing of like a heart attack, but for sleep.
Apparently, I think it's like
It's
supposed to
Odin's
be.
sleep.
Yeah, it's Odin's sleep. So apparently, occasionally he just passes out for a while.
Well, he can control it, but like he's been forcing it off.
Mm.
And like he can be like, oh, I need Odin sleep now, but like he's forcing it off, and he's been forcing it off too much that he's like collapses because can't fight the inevitable. And so
then
that happens, and he's like, guards! Even though all the screaming was happening before, and the guards show up, like, hey! And he's like, help me! And they're like, oh! And
You
then
stabbed somebody, Loki.
Yeah.
Yeah, you stabbed someone again.
Yeah.
Stop stabbing family members.
And they take him away, and the next scene is he's in like this weird bed with like this
Golden thing above him.
it's like a blanket, but he has a blanket, and it's like over
See-through?
Yeah, it's over the entire bed. And it doesn't really protect anything. Anyone can stick their hand in it. They just go, whoop!
My floor's clean.
Okay. And, the mother's like,
I fear he might not ever wake.
yeah, and Loki's like, will Thor ever be able to return? And, she's like, there's always hope in whatever your father does. And he's like, dang it! And he comes up with this plan. But it doesn't, and then it shows back to Thor. Thor recovers from the hospital, and they're like, we need to get my hammer back, and they're like,
Wait, you're
sure.
forgetting. Okay, first off, you're
Your
forgetting
stuff
the
is
Pop-Tart scene. Okay, so they're at the
there's a
diner.
lot of stuff going on in this movie.
I know, but I think it's really important when they're at the diner and they're like, how are you still this hungry when you've eaten an entire box of Pop-Tarts? And then the great scene of him liking coffee and throws it on the ground demanding another.
S.H.I.E.L.D. does show up and take
All
all
of the
of-
research.
everything.
Even Darcy's iPod.
Even Darcy's iPod. She had like 30 songs downloaded on that.
She had just downloaded 30 new songs.
And, so they're like, what do we do now? And Thor is apparently still in the hospital.
No, because Thor left to like
Yeah.
go and get the hammer, or to try and he's at a pet shop trying to get a steed.
Yeah, and
Jane comes by like, you need a ride, bud?
and they take him to the hammer. He sneaks in, not really stealthily, and beats up a bunch of guys. Hawkeye's there to be like, you want me to shoot him? And they're like, nah. And he like touches like the hammer, and it's like, I got this, guys. And he can't lift it because he's not worthy yet.
Yep.
And he gets taken by S.H.I.E.L.D. into this makeshift like jail cell kind of thing.
Loki shows up.
And then he's questioned. He doesn't answer any of the questions. And then Loki shows up like, hey, you can never return. Father's dead. All is lost. I'm king now. Bye-bye. And he tries to like pick up, Loki tries to pick up the hammer, and it's like, dang it. Anyway, goodbye. And goes back to, he like fades away because that's his power.
Maybe he was just like an illusion.
Yeah, he was an illusion. I don't think he could have picked it up, like, even if he was worthy, like, his illusion could have picked it up.
Who knows?
I don't know.
Or maybe he was just being invisible.
Yeah,
who knows?
Who knows?
Anyway, Dr. Selvig comes.
And he's like, it's Donald. What was it?
Dr. Donald something.
Yeah.
I know in the, like, comics, he actually, like, lost his memory. So, yeah, and he got a new name. So maybe his name was Donald in the comic.
Yeah, that was the name. And anyway, they falsified a ID, and Phil...
S.H.I.E.L.D. knows that.
S.H.I.E.L.D. totally knows that, but like, and Phil got that information from like a guy that was, hey, look at this. And he's like, yup, okay. And then they have this conversation. He's like, are you sure he's Donald, Dr. Donald? And he's like, yep. Let's go.
Dr. Donald, what's your face?
Yeah, and he's like, keep him away from bars. And they're like, ha ha ha, yeah, of course. And Thor's like, where are we going? He's like, get a drink. And then he also steals back the journal.
Thor does that.
Yeah, Thor does.
Steals Jane's journal back.
Yeah. That has all her research notes in it.
Mm-hmm.
And then they go get a drink. And they start having, like, this chugging battle.
Yep.
And they're both really drunk. But Thor can handle it better because Asgardian. And
that scene with, do you remember, it's an Avengers movie, but there's a scene where Thor comes and he has, like, Asgardian mead.
Yeah.
And, like, I think there's just a clip of, Stanley cameo where he just gets wasted on Asgardian beverage.
Oh, that's great.
Stanley gets... Oh, the Stanley cameo in this one is he's driving a truck. He's driving a truck and he's like, did I get it? Because they were trying to pull the hammer out. Because we're having a barbecue. Everyone is having a barbecue trying to get the hammer.
Yeah. And after he teaches Jane about the world tree.
Yggdrasil? Yggdrasil?
I don't know.
I don't know how to pronounce it. I know it's something like that.
And about all the realms. And they pass out underneath the stars.
Cuddle.
In chairs. They cuddle a little bit. And what happens after that?
After that, it's cut to Loki being like, hey, dudes, wanna murder Odin?
They want to murder Odin? And they're like, yeah, we do. And he's like, yeah, you do. I got a plan, wait for my signal. And then he leaves. Yeah. And then, what is it?
Helmdom?
All-seeing guy is like, I couldn't see you.
Dude with the bridge. Dude with the rainbow bridge.
And he was like, oh, Loki.
Maybe you're getting old.
Loki was like, of course you couldn't see me. And then walks away and is like, don't disobey me.
Blah, it's me, Seth.
Blah, it's me. And he's like, don't let anyone through the Bifrost. I'll fight you otherwise.
And then the Warriors, Thor and Sith are like, Let us through the Bifrost.
And he's like, I can't do that, but if I accidentally left the sword unattended in the thing, and something were to happen, like say you go to Midgard, who's to say that I'm being a traitor to the throne? And they're like, what? And he walks away with the sword in there, and they go to Midgard. And then they show up, and they find Thor.
And he's like, I can't go back with you guys. And they're like, your dad's not dead.
Yeah, they're like, what are you talking about? You're crazy. He's not dead. And he's like, Loki!
Why are you lying?
And then,
the big the destroyer comes.
yeah.
And
first, Loki goes to All-Seeing Guy and is like, you disobeyed me?
freezes
him, and like the guys come through, and he sends the
destroyer.
And
Shield guys are like, that's what it Starks.
yeah, is that what it Starks? And they're like, I don't think so. Better yell at it with a megaphone. And they do that, and it starts wrecking everything. And Thor and Warriors 3 and Sif are like, we got this. And it's like, no, Thor is like, no, you got this. I'm gonna go save townspeople. Excuse me. I'm, like, basically mortal right now. You do you, I'll do me.
A Dr. Pepper vending machine gets blown up. It's very sad. Yeah. Then Thor decides to sacrifice himself for both the Dr. Pepper and the townspeople.
Yes.
I can only assume the Dr. Pepper was a very important decision.
It
never says he was drinking coffee out of that mug. Maybe it was Dr. Pepper, and Darcy was agreeing, like, yeah, it's the best. The moment where he's like, this drink, it's delicious. Oh, no, and Darcy's like, yeah, it's great.
All their attempts to kill it does not work. And then Thor actually supposedly dies.
He sacrifices himself.
It doesn't tell us, but it doesn't not tell us. And then Thor,
Odin?
too many names. Odin sheds a tear, and Thor becomes worthy.
Hammer flies
To
meow,
him.
meow.
He becomes lightning.
He becomes lightning?
Well, he's like, wah, and then he wrecks the Guardian. And then he's like, it's time to go home. And he goes home, to the circle where they're supposed to go home. And he's like, hey, All-Seeing Guy, now's the time. What you do? What are you doing? And he's like, it flashes back to him. He's like, give me a moment. I'm kind of frozen here. Just, and then he kills the two guys beside him.
Not Loki. Thor and Jane kiss,
Yeah.
And then they go and they fight.
And they, the two guys are, the Frost Giants show up to Odin. The,
Lefesky,
destroys one of them before she's, smacked away.
Oh, not Lefesky, the mom.
Yeah, the mom.
Queen.
That's what the name you told me, so I went with it.
Queen whatever faces.
Queen destroys one, and then
she got a sword.
Yeah.
She had a hidden sword just in the bedroom.
Yeah. So Lefesky opens Odin's eyes this will be the last thing you see, and goes to kill him, but Loki's no, kills him, and he's like, Mother, are you okay? I'm totally not the reason this happened. And then Thor shows up and gets there.
They fight
in time to be like, Loki, why don't you tell Mother the truth? And Mother's like, what? And Loki's like, bleh! And
he goes to destroy Jodin.
Yeah, the Johan. Everything ends with him. Except Midgard.
The planet that the Frost Giants are from.
And
So destroys the Rainbow Bridge.
Yeah, and he's he has it open, and they fight more, and Thor cannot get back into the room because it's overloading with power. And Loki's like, haha, with the hammer on his chest, haha, not strong enough now, are you? Says the person that can't even get up. And so with that, he gets his hammer off of Loki and starts destroying the bridge. And Loki's like, no, I can't let this happen.
You'll never see Jane again.
Yeah, tries to attack him, and Thor destroys the bridge, and they're both exploded away.
Mm.
And it looks like they're gonna fall into the deep, dark abyss of whatever happens after you destroy a bridge of rainbows. And Odin's like, I'm here to save my children.
Catches Thor by the foot, and Thor's holding on to Loki's staff, and Loki's holding
Thor's holding on to the other staff. And,
Oh yeah, it's the king's staff, and Loki had it.
yeah. And they're having this conversations like, Father, you came. And then like Loki's like, I'm out. And falls into the abyss of whatever happens when you destroy a rainbow bridge. And Thor is like mourning. There's a party going on, and Thor's like, my brother, kind of like thing, but silently. And they go up to Odin, and he's like, hey. And like Odin's like, I'm proud of you. He's like, you shouldn't be. And they have this conversation about what type of king he'll be. And he's like, I want to be like you. And he's like, nah, you don't want to be like me. And the movie, like Thor walks up to all-seeing guy now. It doesn't show us how. He just does it. And all-seeing guy's like at the end of the broken bridge. And he's like, you can see her, can't you? And he's like, yup. And he's like, what's she doing?
She's looking for you.
And she's like, it shows her doing some research, and like, she's looking for you. And the movie ends, and the end credit scene is of the Tesseract and the doctor that
Dr. Selvig. He goes because like apparently Nick Fury summoned him.
Yeah, Nick Fury. And he's like, this is the maze. I thought you were trying to kill me. And like Nick is not happy with that joke. And you see this reflection, and Loki's there. It's like, I think I should take a look at that, like a closer look at that. And then the guy says exactly what Loki said, and it ends, implying that he is already under Loki's mind control business.
Anyway, to the notes.
To the notes. I have when Odin's like, you were both made to be king. Technically, Odin didn't lie, because Loki is a descendant of a king. Frost giant king, may I add, but king nonetheless.
The first thing I have is, can I turn on the radio? Because that's what Darcy said. She's just like, can I turn on the radio? And Jin's like, no.
The next thing I have is when they're going to...
Wait, hold up.
Yeah.
I think mine's before yours, because when Darcy's like, I'm not going to die for 6 college credits, and you're like, I would.
I totes would.
Sarah would die for 6 college credits. Let it be
That's
known.
like half a semester right there. Like, oh, girl. Ooh, girl.
I mean, you can't enjoy a diploma if you're dead, though.
Yeah, but, like, I got those 6 college credits.
Then there's, like, the part where, like, everyone's excited because it's, like, Thor's doing a Thor coronation thing.
Thor.
Everybody's excited.
Everybody excited until he, like, slams down the staff and everything. Hush. Like, the staff just once goes, boop! And everyone's like, oh my god! Stunned silent.
Thor flipped the table.
Yep.
So I have table flipping.
Table flipping for days.
And then
That's how he got so strong. He just kept flipping tables.
Then Thor did something reckless, and Sarah's like, Thor needs a puppy.
Yeah, and then, okay, so they start going towards, to fight the, like, okay, so before, when we first saw the Frost Giant fight, the original one, we're like, that one guy was in the shower, was like, hey, I thought we said 6:30, guys, not 6:29.
Because all of a sudden, like,
they're like,
Odin
bam!
and the army were there.
Army. It's like, everyone's there. Except for that one guy that was in the shower. He thought you meant, like, be there at 6:30, not before. Anyway, like, we're like, maybe he has a dog. Maybe he was looking for the dog. And, so Thor's walking towards, to go back to that place.
Yeah.
And I got, it's like, what if one of them couldn't show up? Like, sorry guys, I can't. Not today. I got a dog. I can't die. Sorry.
Because the Warriors 3 just went with him to this reckless
Warriors 3
thing.
and Sith.
And Sith, sorry. But then, when, like, they go to the, like, Rainbow Bridge place,
Yeah.
like, and Thor's just like, take me to Jordanheim, or whatever. And, like, he needs to learn how to say please.
Yeah, please.
Thor needs to learn how to say please.
I also have, the Totes would die for 6 credits.
Yeah, Sarah would totes die for 6 college credits.
Oh my god, this is like... Because you take 15, and like 6 would knock... You wouldn't have to take like 2 classes.
But then when, they're talking to the Frost Giants, Loki's like, dude, think this through. And Thor's like, I don't wanna.
I have thought this through. I thought this is a great idea! Also, we have this drink called Dr. Pepper. Because it's like, since they were doing stuff, I don't remember why I thought that.
Sarah just, it might have been when I handed you a Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, we got this drink called Dr. Pepper.
So Loki, when he turns blue, I just have Loki's blue, abadi babadoo.
Abadi, 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 abadi.
And then when Jane is talking about Thor, she's like, where did this guy come from? He just, like, was in this dust storm. That's weird. And all of a sudden, Sarah starts saying, where did he come from? Where did he go? Where did he come from, Cotton Eye Joe? You can tell that she actually did that because she got excited when I said that.
Yeah. I have, after they come back and he's been banished, the guys go like, how could Odin do that? We have to go to him and, like, defend him. I was like, how could they defend him after what he did? He almost got all of them killed. How could they be like, he's our bestest of friend? I totally didn't get stabbed. I didn't totally get burned. I didn't totally just, have my life flash before my eyes because of him. Yeah.
The next thing I have is when they're back with, like, Darcy and Jane and stuff. Because they have Darcy has a taser and totally knows CPR. Because when they see...
That's your skill set. Political science major who totally knows CPR and has a taser.
Because when she first sees Thor, she's like, does he need CPR? Because I totally know CPR. And then she tases him when he freaks out. So she's just like, he was freaking me out. Oh, and then when they're getting him, like, in the van, he's like, Selvig's like, don't tase people until they're already in the van.
Because I bet Thor he's not, like, big, he's just, like, dense. Because
he's a buff dude.
He's also an Asgardian. I don't know, like, their correlation to mortals.
Maybe they weigh more.
Yeah, maybe they weigh more to begin with.
Frost giants weigh less. That's why Loki is just being held down by that hammer.
Sure,
Loki's like a ballerina, and Thor's like a football player.
Loki was like, you know what? I like music better. I'm gonna dance.
Music and trickery, that's my skill set.
And Thor was like, football.
If they, like, grew up on Earth, Loki would have been like...
He would have been like a band geek or something. Something like that.
But he also would have been sneaky about it. He would have been like a band geek, but also he could, like, sell you, like, homework. Like, if you needed to get your homework done, he could, like, sell you a copy of homework.
I would have been his, like, major, like, buyer, because I'm really bad at actually doing homework. For college, you'll see me be like, oh, I have something due tomorrow. Better do it now. But like, girl, you had like 3 weeks to do this. I'm like, yeah.
I work good under pressure.
I was like, I was too busy pretending it didn't exist. I have when he's like he's in like Thor's in the hospital room and he's like wrecking everything. I was like, no, Hulk smash. Stop it. That's for Hulk.
When when like Loki's yelling at the Allfather, Odin, he yells, and I'm like, calm down. Does Darcy need to tase you too?
Does Darcy need to use her taser? Did they take her taser at all of that?
No. She still had her taser.
Okay.
At the end of the movie, she was like, "Have you seen my taser?" To like Selvig.
Yeah. Well, they got all their stuff back.
No, but like when they're in the car going to like see Thor from the hospital, she has her taser.
Okay. Well, they haven't taken the stuff yet.
No, but she has it with her when like
it's being taken. You'd think she'd have her iPod too, but no. Also, I have a thing about her iPod.
Yeah.
It's what do they do with her iPod?
Yeah, I have that written down because you were like, Darcy's like, they took my iPod, and you're like, why did they take her iPod? What are they gonna do with it?
I imagine like some security guy. It's like that moment.
Phil's jamming out to her iPod.
It's like that moment in Guardians of the Galaxy 1 where
Haven't
the guard.
seen it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you will. The guard.
Soon.
They're going through the stuff in their thing, and they find Star-Lord's Walkman, and he's like, "Ooh, what's this?" And he puts it on and starts listening to it, and he goes jamming out. That's what I imagine with some, like, because they have to go through the stuff to see what they have. I imagine some dude was like, "It's research, and just jamming out to every song on her iPod.
She got like 30 new songs, so.
Yeah, new songs, so she has some old ones.
Yeah. I imagine it's Phil, just like jamming
Phil's
out.
like, I got this one, guys. You do the rest of the stuff.
You do the rest of the stuff. I'm gonna like investigate this iPod.
And they're like, woo! He's like having a party.
Party. When they're at like.
And then we took a popcorn break.
No, because the next
That's the next thing I have.
The next thing you have, well, when like they're at the diner.
Yeah.
And he like smashes the mug. Jane's like, no more smashing.
No more smashing.
No more smashing. And I thought of the Hulk. Hulk smash.
Hulk smash!
And then when, when Thor's just like, I need to get my hammer, meow meow. Mjolnir. And Darcy's like, meow meow, what's meow meow? Because she can't say Mjolnir, apparently. Yeah. She just says meow meow. And then, yeah.
Because Mjolnir isn't really known to most people at this time. And so it's only the people of, like...
It's in, like, the myths. But...
Yeah, but, like, not everyone's like, oh, yeah, Mjolnir.
Yeah.
And not Mjolnir.
And then, yeah, I have when Darcy was like, they took my iPod. And then, you got offended.
Yeah, I got offended.
You got offended on
her behalf.
It's
2011 when this was made. So, like, iPods are, like, pretty rare.
What are they gonna do with her iPod?
Jam out.
They're gonna, yeah, Phil's jamming out to her iPod.
I don't know.
And then we went to go get popcorn because Sarah stopped the movie and she was like, I'm hungry. And then we looked around and there was like pretzels. And I was like, I mean, do you have any popcorn? We could get popcorn. And Sarah's like, we don't have any popcorn. And then I was like, well, we don't have to go and get popcorn. But then Sarah's like, no, popcorn.
Popcorn break. So we actually went somewhere to get popcorn.
Yeah, we went to the store. We got some popcorn. It was specifically the brand Pop Secret.
Top secret.
Because, you know.
It's popcorn.
Yeah. Then we had a discussion about what SHIELD standed for. I was correct. It's like Strategic Homeland Enforcement Logistics. Strategic Homeland Enforcement Logistics Division. And I missed a letter, but that's the gist of it.
Because they're like, while they're taking their stuff, we're SHIELD, blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah.
But except they didn't say the SHIELD Homeland stuff.
Enforcement Logistics Division.
Yeah.
It's not too hot. I'm just going to turn off the car.
And after the popcorn break, I have a gun. They're like, we need a man with a gun up here. And I was like, Bo, because I'm a rebel, says Hawkeye.
Yeah, I have Clint with an exclamation point. Clint. I don't even think they said his name. They're like Agent Barton.
Yeah, Barton.
But then I'm just like,
they don't even
Clint.
say Hawkeye either.
They don't say Hawkeye and they don't say Clint, but I just wrote Clint with an exclamation point because Clint.
Yeah, and then I have, after all that, Clint was just there to be eye candy.
Yeah, you know.
Because he didn't want to shoot an arrow.
You know, there's the moment where Clint's like, are you gonna, like, should I shoot him? Should I slow him down? Or are you just gonna give him more guys to beat up?
Yeah.
And then he tries to lift the hammer, and it's like, Thor, you are unworthy.
It was after he got caught, and the guy, they totally knew his ID was fake.
But they just let him go.
Yeah, I was like, Phil just loves to see things happen.
It's like, I don't know where this is going, but I like the look of it.
And then I have chug! Because they're having a chugging contest.
I
also didn't want to write out chug, 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 chug.
I wrote it out, like, Phil's just like, keep him away from the bars. And Selvig's like, I will. And then Thor's like, where are we going? And Selvig's like, to get a drink.
Yeah.
And then I had the realization when we see, like, Loki turn around with his cape all, like, flashy. Like, I'm like, okay, Loki's cape's green, Thor's cape's red. They're like Christmas!
I just had to take a moment. And then I have the idea of Darcy being in every movie. That she doesn't have any superpowers, but she's in every movie just to look fabulous and be
want
sassy.
her to be. I want Darcy to be in every Avengers movie just for the sass. I love Darcy.
And Milner is like the one protecting her. So like no one can hit her. Like, but
just Thor's hammer's just like flying around her protectively.
Yeah, like a helicopter, like pilot position goes. And Thor's like, where's my hammer? And like Darcy's like, hey.
How you doing?
And she just sasses everyone.
I want just Darcy to be in every... I feel like, first off, she would hit on all of the guys. She might even hit on Natasha. Who knows?
It was during the fight.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I wonder how this town gets repaired. Because like everything is getting wrecked. Like, does S.H.I.E.L.D. take care
S.H.I.E.L.D.
of that?
just comes in and fixes everything.
S.H.I.E.L.D.'s like, we got this.
We got this.
It's a town in the middle of nowhere.
New Mexico.
Yeah.
So then I have, when, like, it comes down, I have the quote from that S.H.I.E.L.D. agent, because, like, the destroyer comes down, and it's like, is that one of Stark's? And Phil's just like, I don't know, he doesn't tell me anything anymore.
He doesn't tell me anything.
And then, very excitedly, I wrote Dr. Pepper vending machine, because...
Because, like, I pointed it out to you, and you're like, what?
I'm like, what? What is this sorcery while I was drinking a Dr. Pepper?
And I was like, yeah, and she actually made me rewind the movie.
So I could see the Dr. Pepper vending machine.
I was like, oh my god.
I have an addiction. It's a problem. But that doesn't mean I'm going to stop. I love Dr. Pepper.
The last thing I have is, after the end, it's the end credits.
Okay. So the moment...
you do you.
Yeah. The moment when Jane and Thor kiss, we were both like, kiss, kiss, fall in love.
And she's like, how did you know how to do that? And I was like, I'm a nerd.
No, I was like, how did you know that's what I was thinking?
Yeah, I was like, because I'm a nerd.
Because, reference to Oron High School Host Club, the best TV... That dude just nodded at me. It was creepy.
Yeah, no.
Lock the doors! But, Oron High School Host Club.
But yeah, I'm a nerd. I read a lot of things that have people being able to comment on them, and anytime anyone ever kisses, they're like, kiss, kiss, fall in love! And it's like, oh my god.
My kind of people.
It's like, calm down for 2 seconds.
No.
They just barely kiss, and you're like...
Oron fandom
and it's
is everywhere.
in all caps. Like, 50 of them are like, kiss, kiss, fall in love!
Oron fandom is everywhere. We will not stop.
Yeah. So now I've come into the habit of anytime anyone kisses, it's kiss, kiss, fall in love.
Also, I might want to just... Sarah, who is your favorite Oron High School host? Just sidebar in this conversation. There's a anime, it's called Oron High School Host Club. It is the best show ever. Sarah, who is your favorite host from the host club?
Honey.
Honey?
Yes.
My favorite host is Casanova.
I had to think about it for a moment. I was like, which one is truly my favorite?
I mean, of the actual host, it's probably Honey or Maury.
Yeah.
But, like, of just the characters who could briefly be described as a host.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, he was, like, I don't know if they were trying to, like, train him to be a host. Do you remember who? Yeah. Casanova's the best. He's just, he wants to play kick the can. He wants to have friends. This is not this is totally not an Oron appreciation podcast.
Or, I don't...
I mean, we could do that. We could make an Oron appreciation podcast.
Where we just, like, we go through every episode.
We watch through every episode and then do a podcast. It wouldn't be that long. There's not that many episodes, and there's only one season.
Yeah.
And we're not gonna take the time to read the manga.
No.
I don't read manga.
We're lazy.
We're lazy and we don't read manga. We're not weeaboos.
No.
We just like Oran.
we like it the easiest way you can give it to us, which is anime.
I have only watched one anime all the way through.
So if you really want us to do Oran High School Host Club, comment.
Yeah. I know there's like a manga and it goes on for like a long time.
Spam our YouTubes. Who knows? Dude.
I actually made a video about Oran High School Host Club, and I did a like what was it? I did an ad for Commoners Coffee. That's what it was.
Yes.
I got excited. I guess
my favorite thing, and when it's really short, but like they go to this like mall. And then they see, like, many things, like, mass-produced, and they're like...
And the twins are just like,
Mass production! And then they continue on with their life.
No, but they got really excited because of clothing, and their mom's a clothing designer.
Yeah, and they're like, mass production.
I could tell you a lot about the anime.
Yeah.
I know all of their full names.
I do not.
I know.
You're lucky that I just remembered Honey's, like...
Name?
Yeah.
You don't even know Honey's full name, though.
Nope.
It's Michikuni Haninakazuka, excuse you. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong.
I still stand by my reasoning.
He's cute.
That's why I was like, what the friggity frack is his name?
It's Honey.
I was like, it's Honey.
Anyway, I don't have any notes until the end credits.
I don't either. Which is, they didn't let us think Loki was dead for very long.
No. In the end credits, I have, first off, there's something called the Foster Theory, perhaps named after Jane Foster. Who's to say?
Who's to say?
And then just Loki, what you doing?
What you doing?
What you doing?
What you doing?
Is there anything else you would like to comment about the movie? Besides the fact that if you think about it, two of the best characters in the Thor movies are Jane and Darcy. I mean, not Jane and Darcy. Darcy and Loki. And they never, like, the two sassiest characters. They never meet. I feel like there's
a missed opportunity there. I
want Darcy and Loki to meet and be like, hey, I have respect for you. Because... I want them to have respect for each other, because I feel like...
R-E-S-P-C-T, find out what it means to me. Sorry, that's what happens every time I hear respect.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I grew up in that era.
Anywho.
That's how I learned how to spell respect, guys. I also learned how to spell banana because Gwen Stefani.
What?
You drive me bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A-S.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
ain't no hollaback girl. Yeah, I ain't no hollaback girl. Sorry.
I'm just gonna wait until Sarah's done with her little singing moment. Any other old songs you want to sing?
Yeah, tons of them, but we're gonna just stop there.
You can go ahead. I'll wait.
Nah, it's fine. I'm done.
This is the end of the podcast.
You made it!
Woo!
Woo!
You listened to us ranting for so long. My phone's now hot because it was sitting in the sunlight.
Yeah.
How sad.
R.I.P.
Anyhow, Sarah has an Instagram and a YouTube channel. It's called The Sarah Way.
The Sarah Way. Check that out.
I have a YouTube channel and an Instagram channel. It's called Liz is Actually Magic. All one word. Sarah's is also all one word. Whatever.
We're lazy. We don't like spaces.
Spaces is too much trouble.
Mine is capitalized.
Mm-hmm. Anyhow, this is the end of this podcast.
Woot woot.
Also, the podcast has an Instagram account, so if you want to check that out, you can. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.